Today we are talking about tenses in English language or English grammar. Tenses in English grammar relates to the time-specific actions denoted by the verb. It tells you the time that is there, whether it was in the past, whether it is going to be in the future, or whether it is there in the present. Most of our expression in language is about actions, is about activities, and is about states. In fact, the verb is the most important component of our speech because we can communicate meaning only with the help of verbs, and verbs are doing words. All the words in which we do an action are verbs, like eating, playing, sleeping. Any word that is a doing word is called a verb, and tenses help us explain those verbs. But we cannot communicate only by omitting them. The action expressed by the verb has to have the context of a time attached to it. Whether I was eating in the morning, whether I will be eating tomorrow, whether I am eating right now. So eating is a verb, but there has to be a context of time attached to that particular verb, and that is done through the medium of tenses. I will read out the tenses and the uses that they are used for. I shall now discuss the various tenses that we use in English grammar with you. We begin with the simple present tense. The use of that simple present tense is to denote habits, activities, etc. Example, I play tennis on Mondays. I play tennis is an activity and it's a simple present tense sentence. They do not work in New York is again a present tense. And does she know him? In interrogative simple present tense. Then we have the simple past tense. What has happened in the past? Present is what we are living in, past is what has already gone by. So a positive past tense, it refers to the actions happening at a The simple past tense refers to the actions happening at a defined moment in the past. Example, she went to Bangalore last week. They did not drive the work. Or where did you get that? That is an interrogative past tense. We have the simple future tense now. The simple future tense, the use of that tense is the decisions made at the moment about the future predictions and future promises. A positive simple future tense would be something like, I will meet you at the airport tomorrow. That is simple future tense. Then we have, he will not be able to come. That is a simple future tense, but a negative simple future tense. Then we have an interrogative simple future tense that says, will they visit us soon? Then we have the present continuous tense. The present tense that is going on is called the present continuous tense, and the use of that tense is mainly to define the actions happening at the present moment, the near future, and the intention and the scheduling. Example would be, he is working at the moment, something that is going on. A negative present continuous tense, they are not coming this evening. And an interrogative present continuous tense, what are you doing? What are you doing at the moment? Then we have the past continuous tense, something that has happened in the past and that is still going on. So the use of that tense is the interrupted past actions happening at a specific moment in time in the past. Example would be, I was watching TV when you called. This is something that I was doing and that is continuing. The use of the words ing means continuous, and that is continuing. Then we have, he was not working when she arrived. So this is past tense but negative past continuous tense. And then we have the future continuous tense. The future continuous tense use is to future action of a specific moment in the future. Example, I will be cooking dinner when you arrive. I will be doing something. Continuous is something that deals with that will be done, that will continue to be done, not something that has been done or not something that has been completed. So this will be, I will be cooking dinner for you when you arrive. I will be doing it in future. Then we have the negative tense, that is negative future continuous, they will not be living in Mumbai this time next year. Next year, a particular thing will not be happening. This is a negative future continuous tense. Then we have a future tense that uses the word going to, that is future intent or planned action. That is, he is going to be a journalist when he grows up. Something that is going to happen, that is called a future tense with going to, something that is likely to happen. Then we have the present perfect tense. The present perfect tense is used to express an action that was begun in the past and continues into the present, or to express an action that has happened in the unspecified past, or to express a past action that has the present effect. So the example would be, I have seen the film 3 times. This is a positive present perfect. Then we have, she has not been to Mizoram. That is a negative present perfect. And we have, how long have you worked at Greenland? That is again continuous present perfect, that is interrogative present perfect. Then we have the past perfect. The use of the past perfect tense is to express an action that happens before another action in the past. So the example would be, I had already eaten before they came. This was something that I had already done before it happened. And then we have the negative past perfect. She had not been to Pama before the trip. That is something negative that has happened, and this is past perfect, but the negative past perfect. Then we have the future perfect tense. Now future perfect tense is used to express what will happen or how long something will be there, happened at a certain point in the future. Example would be, we will have lived here for 20 years by 2014. Now 20 years we will have been lived here. This is a perfect tense, but it is future perfect tense. Example, another example would be, she will not have finished her homework by the time we arrive. We know this is going to happen in the future, and we know this will be completed. So the future perfect tense. Then we have the present perfect continuous tense. The present perfect continuous tense is used to express the duration of a continuous activity that began in the past and continuing to the present. Example, she has been waiting for over 3 hours. Now this is the present perfect continuous. The waiting is there, it is in the present, and the time is specified. Therefore, it is present perfect and it is still continuing. Then we have, they have not been studying for long. They have not been studying for long. Studying is a complete activity, but they haven't done it for a very long time. It is a negative. They're still doing it. It is a present perfect continuous tense. Then is the past perfect continuous tense. The past perfect continuous tense is used to express the duration of a continuous activity that began before, and then we have the past perfect continuous tense, which is used to express the duration of a continuous activity began before another activity in the past. Example would be, she had been waiting for 3 hours when he finally arrived. That is past perfect continuous. The wait was there, but it happened in the past and it was continuing. Then we had, I had not been sleeping for long when we heard the doorbell ring. When I heard the doorbell ring, I had not been sleeping for a very long time. So that is past perfect, still continuing. Then we have the future perfect continuous tense that is used to express the duration of an activity up to a point of time in the future, till a particular time in the future. That is, he will have been sleeping for a few hours by the time we arrive. So this is future perfect but continuous tense. She will not have been working for long by 5 o'clock. So this is again, the working would be there. It will be in future, but it will be a complete work. Therefore, it is called the future perfect continuous tense. Honestly speaking and strictly speaking, in English, only two tenses are marked in the verb: present, as in he sings, and the past, as in he sang. Other tenses, as many as 30 of them, are marked in the language by helping words called auxiliaries. Problems in sequencing tenses occur when the perfect tenses, all of which are formed by using an auxiliary added to the past participle, which of the non-finite forms of the verb. The most common auxiliaries are forms of be, can, do, may, must, ought, will, and have, and the use of which will be the basic discussion of the perfect tense forms in English. So the perfect tense forms are generally used with the help of auxiliaries that we have just discussed.